Can I have the spot, please?
All right, ready? This is the first episode of Mission Human Excellence in 2025.
Yay!
Many reasons why I couldn't do another episode previously, but we're here with my amazing wife, and we're gonna do this a little differently this year. We're gonna be interviewing more people, less of me, more other people. Me, the first guest, thought, what's better than literally. I can't call him my other half. You're me together, right? According to the Bible. So I'm just bringing the other part of me together. So we want to talk about excellence. We want to talk about what we've been doing to strive to be better and continue to look forward to all that stuff. So this is my wife, Trina. First question. I've been asking all my guests this. So the first question is, what is your definition of excellence?
My definition of excellence, I would say, is, and I've heard, oh, dang it, I forgot his name, that we met, Dr.
Hess?
Yeah, Dr. Hez. I agree with what he means about excellence, because I think that's what excellence is actually, is really truly just living for God and according to all his God's expectation in the Bible. So when it comes to like finances with the tithing, what else is there? With your fitness, your family, your faith, everything actually, just according to what God says in the Bible.
By the way, we're doing this like late, so like the baby is
With grandma.
and like the dogs are tired. We're in pajamas. Bear with us. But yes, the definition of excellence is living everything what God has intended to be, right? From what you're saying, right? And so I want to focus more on our relationship, right? How have we been, as just reflecting, how have we been living our relationship in excellence, our marriage in excellence? For granted, it's only been like, what, 2 years this year?
Yeah.
A year and a half right now, right? Of being married and 3.5 years being together. 3.5 years when we started dating. A year and a half was together. In your point of view, what are some of the things that we've been doing that strives for excellence?
I always put God first. So with the faith that we have, excellence is we're really consistent with attending church, being in communities, serving, putting time to be in His presence, may it be devotional, prayer, even the Bible study that Edward is doing every Tuesday. That one is great.
I'm getting distracted.
Sorry.
100% getting distracted.
This is Cleo. Cleo, go back. Laying down, please. Lay down. Just lay down.
We can keep going.
So that's a big thing, which is keeping God in the center of our union. Other excellent part is staying accountable, or not staying accountable, sorry, staying in track and being accountable with one another. So every week we do our best to do our goal, our weekly goals, putting it on paper, talking about it, sitting down. One of our date nights is actually just goal setting. So, going, what was I trying to say? Like talking about our goals in 12 weeks, in a year, in 5 years, and then writing down those goals every week, or like what are your daily goals to get to it. So that's this other thing. The other thing that I'm very happy about living in excellence right now as married couple is we're after 9 months postpartum, like we're finally getting a groove into things, especially with fitness and just finding the time now to be is it taking care of ourselves so we can take care of each other and take care of our daughter. Yeah, so I think those are good stuff, right?
Yeah. They are to you, then they are.
Okay.
I think one of the big things is us having Amelia, right? Like it's an understatement to say like things really changed. Like things really change. Like there's times where we just gotta adjust, right? Any of you who has any kids knows like the newborn stage they need us a lot more than you know they need us a lot, right? They need us to survive, and that's the biggest thing. So I mean I think the first 2-3 months it was constantly she's constantly waking up, and I'm trying to get some work done when they go to bed and after they go to bed and before they wake up. So I'm not sleeping as much either and getting interrupted sleep and all that stuff. So first few months has been rough, and lately she's been really good. And one of the things that help us is getting the dogs off the bed. It helped
Yeah.
me. Like I'll be real.
Yeah.
There's some days where the dogs will be in the bed with us and either getting kicked by my daughter or get a dog. So that's how we'll wake up in the middle of the night. It's not a pleasant feeling, right? Especially after I just got to bed and one of the dogs just stretches the leg and puts the paw right in my mouth. Yeah, that all happened before. Now we're just getting back in the groove. She's getting back in the schedule, and I think the biggest thing is us working together, right? Right, setting the schedule for you and for me, and what works, what doesn't, and then you gotta sacrifice some things.
Yeah.
You gotta get up earlier on your days off,
Yep.
even if you don't want to. If I let my wife sleep, she'll sleep till like 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing will get done after that. Okay, so question though, what are some of the biggest adjustments after marriage, after having kids? There's some of the things that we had to adjust as we go on this journey of of being married, of being in a relationship.
So the question is, what is the biggest adjustment?
Yeah. For you.
For me, not being selfish with my time. Because when I was single, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. I can sleep in till 11, 12, 1, and I'm not hurting anybody or nothing. No one is expecting me to do anything. But now that I have a husband and I have a kid, there's a lot of expectations, especially with time. And also, well, I guess, yeah, I guess I'll stop there. Like for me, that's the biggest adjustment is really time.
Like has
Like I can work out for like 2, 3, 5 hours. Just kidding, just 2, 3 hours. And then now, like, I really have to be, I really have to be like on time. Like, because me and Edward are doing this whole working out in the morning. His is, before work, his is MWF. And then
What's
mine
M-
is, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then mine is Tuesday, Thursdays. Or if I have a day off, like today, we both are off. So we compromise that he's going to go first and then me. But anyways, like regular work hours, like he needs to get out of the house by, like in a good day, by 7:30 or like even before 8. So I can't just be waking up whenever I want or whenever I feel like it at 6 or 6:30 or snoozing my alarm just so I can get into the gym, and then come home at 7:30 because he's trying to get out at 7:30.
Yeah.
So
Part
as an
is
example.
because we both work full time, technically, right? She's in school right now, so we have a lot of things going on, and if we're gonna keep doing this, podcasting. I'm running a coaching business, right? And she's running a business as well as on top of going to nursing school. So we have a lot of things going on, and I'm grateful for the help our family can get, right? Like the grandma is watching her baby right now. We got the dogs asleep. The other one is over there snoring. So a lot of the help, like one of the things is, I like to be independent. Like I've been out of the house since I was 18. So from 18, went to college, didn't really come back to the house for anything longer than 2-3 months. In between things, right? I would just keep moving out to like different places, get more experience in that sense. Doesn't matter what it is, I'll just figure it out, kind of thing. But when we got home, like I mean, that business, I lost everything. I lost it all. I was in like, I'm still recovering, right? This is like 2 years later. I'm still recovering. There's still things that from the business that I still haven't gotten yet.
You're not going to give them a recap of what
Yeah, I
you're
could.
talking about? Okay.
I could.
Because I kind of got lost too until you were like, oh.
2022. Yeah,
moved
so
to LA.
2022, we moved to LA, and I was able to start a business with another person who I thought I could trust, right? One thing to another, I was making good money for a few months. And then things started happening. There's drama, right? I'm just keep it short. Drama started happening. There's different personalities starting to intercede within the business and within the whole cycle of things. And eventually found out, the lifestyle that the guy is living is not the lifestyle I eventually want. And, I truly believe that if I want, if I don't want the lifestyle that the other person have, I need to just cut it off, stop hanging out with them. Because at the end of the day, his habits are going to rub onto me if when we hang out together too much, right? We all heard the saying, you're going to be the next, you're going to be, five closest, you're going to be, well, I butcher this every time.
Sorry, it's late. It's her bedtime.
Yeah, true. You're going to be basically like the sixth one out of your friend group, right? Five of your closest friends.
Yeah, where's Pablo? I know Pablo.
Pablo butchered this with me when we were on there.
I was like, where?
So, yeah, I didn't want the things that he had in his life being my life, right? And this one, my wife, we were living together at the time we weren't married.
I didn't have a job.
Didn't have a job. So I was trying to support everything. She tried to start her own business, but there's also things in that business that there was drama and all that good stuff. Whenever there's people, there's gonna be drama, right? So, basically, what happened in July that same year, 7 months later, the car I had a limo business, and the car that I was driving just basically got totaled. And after that, I didn't have a car for anything to do anything, and we don't have a single dime of income for about a month. And it's just a bucket with a hole, right? I call it the holy bucket, but it's not the holy one that you want. So that put me essentially, the only option I had was to move back home, right? But this time, moving back home, I think, what is it, like about a year later, we got married. And then 9 months later, we had our baby. And, I seriously wouldn't know what to do if it's just you and I.
That's true.
I wouldn't know what to do if it's just like you and I, because there's a lot more going on that
We're gonna lose our thick hair.
I have so many white hairs popping out right now. It's hilarious. I think it's funny. It's just one of the things, my grandma had full head of white hair. It's full white. It's pretty cool. But yeah, my grandma on both sides, full head of white hair. So I mean, like, I'm already starting, so I'm getting there. My dad has some white hair too, but it's like in pieces and patches.
Oh.
He dyes them.
All right. Anyways, independence.
Independence?
Right? That's what
It's
we're
July
getting
4th. I'm just kidding.
That's what we're getting at.
Yeah, so I mean,
Your biggest challenge.
is being independent and coming back here really depending on people. Right? Really depending on people to like help us and asking for help. And doing all that stuff. So years being independent. Now coming back here, it's like I'm supposedly society would tell us, this is a time for us to be independent. God's telling us different things.
Yeah.
God shows us different things. It's definitely a lot better to do things, to do life in the community where we get help, right? We can help each other, or in this case, both of our parents will be able to help to take care of their grandkid. And they love it. They don't want to admit it, but they love it.
No, my parents would want to get Emmy as much as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, very blessed to have both our families actually helping with the baby a lot. So childcare is covered like weekly.
Saves money. But coming back to the topic of building relationship, right? I mean, for 9 months, it was a lot of attention on Amelia, right? Making sure she's covered, making sure she's good, right? Which is natural. But one of the things I feel like we can do better is making time for us, just you and I. Things like this would help.
Yeah.
Right? Or us talking to another couple, talking to somebody else, just to learn things, getting knowledge, getting wisdom. So things like this definitely helps. I think we gotta we gotta be more intentional with time, with us and like all that stuff.
The date nights.
Or just when we have a moment, right? Just us taking a moment, like slow it down, take a breather together, and like sometimes that's all we need, right? Because working full time, doing like you were working on your model thing for like all day today. I was taking care of Amelia and falling asleep. I don't mind, right? Taking care of my daughter, falling asleep with her, and like all that stuff. It's cool. It's relaxing, right? It's joy. That's all joyous things I could do. But it's like, my wife is straight up running her business, and this is our day off. This is, what is it, Martin Luther King Day? So we both have our day off, and typically other couples could spend some time together, but because of our choices to advance our future, we gotta sacrifice some of the things now, right? So gotta understand that. Gotta understand that all the intricacies of what it is to really delay gratification. Yeah, and it's cool. I think as we continue to grow and continue to build a community around us and continue to go out there and network and like getting to know people, things are gonna fall into places, right?
Yeah.
In business, it's all about who we know, not what we know. Same thing at work for me, right? I'm a project manager. working to be a project manager. It's all about who we know. Like, if a project manager doesn't know the things that, or people, companies, reps, and all that stuff that that are at other companies, we're basically just, we're not that useful, basically. So it's interesting, it's all about the people that we know. And, I got salespeople, some of my coworkers, right, they're salespeople. They're going to conventions, they're going to this and that and that and this, and just meeting people. And that's how we get our business, right? So, that's excellence in the business realm. I feel like I gotta get out there and like meet more people in like business, in coaching, in like different areas, different things, and just absorb things. Obviously implement it afterwards, but that's a different story. Let me fix the computer.
Okay.
Okay, off a little bit, please.
Leo. She's not totally out.
All right. Hey, Cleo. What's something else that's on your mind right now that it's beneficial for others in relationship or in anything? Oh, I'm about to get licked.
And stepped on. Really, you mentioned it too, is the community and building relationship with other couples. We also got this from our very good friends, newly married, Pablo and Gabby. I loved how they told us about the accountability couples in all areas of their lives, so like emotional, mental, financial, so on and so forth. Because a lot of the times other couples want to just connect with couples that to mentor them or whatever. But it's true that there's specific things in life that, say there's one couple that you can really talk to them about finances or like fitness, because that's not, like you guys don't vibe well with that. So I'm going to take that from them, Gabby and Pablo, to find the not really, well, yeah, sure, mentors or just accountability partners when it comes to that. So like the cores, the life cores, so like fitness, faith, finances, family, and all that. I think that's very important too.
One thing is to have accountability. I think we should still have mentors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they're totally different.
Yeah, it's one thing to have people that we're doing life with that are in similar situations, right? Growing together and all that stuff. That's great. Like it's cool to have other people like walking the same path. But it's also another thing is like, why not ask the questions of people who already walked the path?
Yeah.
And so they can show us where the footsteps are. Yep. And we're not sinking into, potholes or get off track or anything like that, right? That's, I think, the most important thing about having a mentor or being mentored, being discipled, right? Same thing with when I think about this, like I think about Paul discipling Timothy and Titus. He has 3 like big disciples. I forget their name. I just know Timothy is one of his closest disciples, and the way that he talks to Timothy, the letters that he wrote, the way that he talks about him in different letters, that's Just kind of showing, mentor, showing mentee the way, telling him what to do, what not to do. This is a mistake that he made. Timothy, you better not make the same mistake as me, right? That's the relationship. Like, yes, I look forward to it, but also, accountability is like 12 disciples looking at each other like, hey, you be doing some funny stuff lately. What's going on, right? So that's our relationship with Pablo and Gabby. But as our mentors, obviously there's different mentors. So there's mentors who are close that we constantly talk to, and then there's distant mentors who are basically, we listen to their content consistently, and they are like pouring into us, but it's only a one direction street, right? They're pouring into us. We can't talk to them about our stuff. And then there's the close mentors who are a two-way street. Okay, Cleo, what do you want?
Grandma Cleo.
Okay, stay here. This is all gonna get kept in the podcast.
Okay.
With Cleo laying down like this.
Yeah. It's sad because before Emmy, she was her baby. So now Emmy's here.
And now
she doesn't get as much attention.
And now she wants all the attention right now. Which is pretty cool. I mean, I know dogs that don't like their owners, and then there's this one, right? It just wants to cuddle up all the time.
Clean.
Another thing that I think that you have been really good at and really excellent in that department is being able to take care of the house while doing the things you got going on, right?
It's a gift. Like, yeah.
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's God given, so
yeah,
you can't be like me. No, but like the way that you do it, right? Because you got a lot going on, and I know typically, you be walking a lot lately at work, right?
Yeah.
Like there's maybe one day out of the 2 weeks that she didn't get 10,000 steps, right?
Yeah.
So like
we're short staff.
There's a lot of things going on, but she still runs her business, right? She's still making sure everything's done.
Thanks.
It's one of those things that's like, it takes effort to make sure everything is done.
Yeah.
And then takes planning to make sure, things get here when they do get here, and continue to, line things up so it makes it easier when you need to execute.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's all like God gets the glory, because there'll be times when I'm like darn tired, but it's a joy to be a wife. It's a joy to be a mother. I know society tells you, like, a lot of times society tells you that, don't get pregnant because kids, this and that, a husband, they're going to tie you down. Well, all I can say is I can't really talk about others, but for me, like, it really is a joy to be a wife, to be, to serve your husband, to take care of the home, to take care of your kid that looks like your husband, like, so yeah, so without that joy, I bet that every time I'm so stressed at work, and without that strength and that love from God, and that reminder that this is a gift from God, like this union and having a family, like without that mindset and without that belief, yeah, I don't think coming home from a very stressful day at work, I don't think that my husband will get like the best of me, I mean, granted, there will be times when I'm checked out too, but as much as he is proud of me, I'm also proud of him, because I've seen him grow in faith, and that's like the big thing for me, because it is what I ask God for, to have a husband that's really like that loves him more than he loves me, and that's very like into the word. So, you know, like every time I wake up in the middle of, well, it's not in the middle of the night, but like too early for me to wake up, like I would see I would see my husband like in prayer or in his corner in the word. And yeah, so as much as he is proud of me, I am also proud of him, because I think that's what he's been doing very excellent lately. I've heard it as well, especially from my best friend Magin, that saw me, you know, like was there from the very beginning before like Edward and I became a thing. Like she also saw how Edward transformed from someone who just talked about business and money and random things in his podcast to someone who always glorifies, and you know, like even if it comes to money or business or whatever, like he always brings it back to God. And there, like he will be, instead of spitting out like facts or whatever, he's been spitting out like Paul
Facts.
and Titus, and okay, still facts, but I'm just saying, like, like a lot of like good stuff from the Bible. And you know how like I mean, I could say this is a podcast. Like, you know how a lot of times like wife will look at their husband because they're like so hot, like nice haircut, blah blah blah. But for me, every time my husband talks about Jesus, like that gets me going. Like, yeah, talk about Jesus some more. Yep.
I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it. You know, there's a lot of relationships that's like,
Yeah.
why are you here? Why are you breathing? No,
Sometimes,
I'll
I
take it.
mean,
Never mind. I won't take it. That's what you get.
yeah.
No, it's been a transformation, right? I'm pretty type A, extremely type A.
Like,
Like, go, right?
like,
So this year it's more so just being steady, slow down a little bit, and continue to work at a pace where I can keep up for the rest of the year.
steady.
So one of the things that I started doing is to slowly put together like the story of Ed, right? My testimony, my stories, how I came about, and all. Origin story, right? Everybody has an origin story. Iron Man built a suit in the cave. Spider-Man got bit by a radioactive spider. Ant-Man, I don't know, being weird, stealing things, right? Everybody has an origin story. So I wanted to look back and see what was my origin story. Like, how did I end up being the person I am today? And I think the most important part, though, through all that, just self-reflection, is knowing that God had a part in all of it, right? God had a part in every single thing until this moment, and it will continue to have every single part after this. Only God knows how many times He saved me. Only God knows how many times Cleo licked me. Only God knows the things that He did for me that I took for granted, right? So looking back, it's like, all right, God's hands was in this, God's hands was in that, God's hands was everywhere. I just didn't notice. I couldn't see it because wasn't looking for it, right? I think what was it? Is it you and I talk about it, or like in the Bible study?
It's in the Bible
In the
study.
Bible study, right? I think one of the Bible study. I think Trey talked about it. He was all like,
Trey.
we gotta listen. We gotta have the ear for God's word, but if we don't know God's word, we can't hear His voice, right? So if we don't know His voice, how do we know is God talking to us or someone else imitating God talking to us?
And he talked about, if you really want to see the signs and the goodness of God, you have to intently look for it, like look for the signs,
Yep.
because God is always talking.
God is always talking. God's always giving you signs. But if we're just on the go, keep being busy. Don't know how God looks like. Don't know how signs look like. Don't know how all these things look like. It's like me saying, "Hey, do you know what a Ford Bronco looks like?"
Is that Cassie's car?
Yeah, it's Cassie's car. That's a Ford Bronco. Okay, do you know what's a car? Do you know what a Mercedes S500 looks like? Now, can you go out there and find that car for me right now?
I can Google it.
You can Google it, find out how it looks like first, and then go find it, right? It's the same thing with God's words, right? If you don't know what God's words are, can you go in there and find it? Can you see the signs? Can you see the wonders? Can you hear what God is saying? So this is that, right? I think the most important part is coming back, all the stories, everything that I have done, right? Is God's hands in it, whether I believed it or not back then, or whether if I see it or not back then, it was His hands in it. He didn't make me the person I am because of all the traumas and all the things that the devil did, or all the things that the enemy had bestowed on me. Like, He did this. He allowed it because this is a person that's going to honor Him and glorify Him in some way, shape, or form. Right? That's the way it is. And that's the most powerful thing we can do for God, for us, for other people around us, to continue to glorify Him.
Amen.
Amen. Is there anything that what do you think that we can improve on? Is there anything that we can improve on in your perspective about our relationship, or the way we communicate, or anything? Whatever you can think of.
I mean, communication still. Just because, I know that we're getting better though, especially me. Going into this relationship, I'm more reserved. I'm more of like, let me think about it before I can respond to you, and it might take days, or it might take weeks,
or you just might never come back to me,
or I might never come back to him. But I'm learning, and I'm actually doing it to be more open to him, especially when there's things that I'm not liking, or sometimes too when I'm just like annoyed or tired from work. Like, all he really wants to hear is, I'm tired from work. It's not you, I'm just tired. So I'm learning more to be open to him like that, and to be more honest. Well, just like honest, like, let's see, open, honest, and what was it? Open, honest, and transparent. Yes. What else? Planning too, like,
especially with our busy schedule.
Like
he
loves like Google Calendar.
I'm a project manager for
like he likes
That's
to look at the computer. Like, for me, I like planner. Like, I like physical things. Like, when he gave me the planner in Christmas, like, yeah, I use planners, So sometimes it's like I forget to put whatever's on my planner on the Google Calendar. And then he'll ask me like, oh, aren't we doing something like on this day? Because I asked these people to hang out with us. And I'm like, dude, I forgot. I'm sorry. So like, we got to do better with that. Or I just have to remind myself to.
Yeah, I got to be constant checking too, right? It's not just you, right? It's our responsibility to do things together. And then we have this big old calendar behind us. Right now, just the important dates, the dates that to remind us, the days that we shouldn't miss, and the days we need to send out some important messages, or like happy birthdays, or like anniversaries and things like that. But as we plan, we're gonna eventually fill it up with big events that we're going to, maybe even conferences that we got going on, and I don't know, whatever else that's important on there. That's going to either further our relationship with other people, or further our relationship with God, or things like that. Oh, we need to put Patriot Conference up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that after.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just some of the things we got going on. We're talking about, and it's kind of late. My brain's shutting down a little bit.
Yeah.
We can leave it here.
Oh.
I think we're pretty good for this one. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot more coming on. Hopefully, I can get some help editing these videos and throwing it on YouTube or Spotify or whatever it is that needs to go on.
Yeah, maybe we can sit down with couples that
we are going to sit down with couples. We're going to sit down with couples. There's.
We'll bring this couch. I'm just kidding.
No, we're not bringing the couch anywhere. We'll have the same setup. The couples will have a similar setup, and we'll make it work.
We're gonna get a bigger couch.
We're
gonna use their couch.
No, I just need Cleo off of me. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. This is episode 1 of 2025. A lot more is coming. A lot more good stuff is coming, and we're gonna talk deeper about spiritual growth, spiritual health, relationship health, the physical health, and financial health, and the business side of things. We're going to cover it all in this podcast. So as we grow, you guys are going to grow with us, and that's just take you on the journey take you guys on the ride with us. All right. So thank you all for tuning in. Any last words?
Good night.
So awkward. All right, good night.
Okay, Cleo. We'll give you back your couch.